Too hot. Oh, God. Hello and welcome back to Thailand, the Chang International Circuit. Go on, after you, sir. No problem. There we go. Welcome along to Inside the Paddock here. Round 17 of 2023. What a qualifying session we've just had in MotoGP as well. Once again, Jorge Martin with a lap record, another fastest ever lap, and it means he takes his fourth pole position in the last 6 Grand Prix, joined on the front row by Luca Marini, the Mooney VR46 man, and Alessia Spargaro as well. What a turnaround for Aprilia. Disastrous weekend this time last year, but Alessia up onto the front row. Maverick Vinales had the pace, was fast yesterday, but couldn't put it together in qualifying. Pecco Bagnaia, the world champion, is going to have to come through from 6 on the grid in the sprint this afternoon and then in tomorrow's Grand Prix. I'm going to see if I can do a deal with our director here, because I've just spent qualifying and free practice in the sun in pit lane, melting. It is so hot here. So maybe we just do the next 10 minutes of me stood in the shade. It won't be the most interesting Inside the Paddock that we've ever done, but I mean, it'll keep me cool at least. Anyways, telling me off. We need to go this way. Okay, if we have to. Right, let's have a look and see who we can find then. Maybe we'll have the opportunity to speak with Jorge Martin. No chance. He's just done quite a bit of work out in qualifying, so no surprise to see that he's flying through to go and get rested ahead of sprint, getting underway at 3 o'clock local time later on. Some of the big news that we had in free practice earlier on involves the Rossini Ducati team. At long last, official confirmation, Marc Marquez will be allowed to take part in the Valencia test. His future, his career after Honda will officially begin November 28th. We'll be live on MotoGP.com from 9:50 local time in Valencia. I know there's 4 rounds to come, 8 races to go, 3 World Championships to be decided, but will be an exciting day. Put it in your diary, November 28th. Official confirmation, Marc Marquez will be making his debut in blue here at the Rossini Ducati team alongside brother Alex Marquez. The pair of them doing a very good job earlier as well, as they managed to make their way through from Q1 to jump into Q2 and then challenge for places at the front of the grid. There's Manuel Poggiali just walking away. A bit of a talk of the town at the moment as well. Manuel apparently could be on his way to the Ducati factory team next year. He, at the moment, is a rider coach down here at Grissini, but apparently there's some big interest from the Ducati Lenovo team just next door to bring him on board. I would imagine to try and help Enea Bastianini, who has a good relationship with, worked so well with last year as Enea went on to take 4 victories, has struggled in the factory setup, so maybe Poggiali coming on board and helping Bastianini and Bagnaia in 2024. It could be an interesting one to watch out for anyway. Always exciting once the riders are confirmed, that we then get movers and shakers between various teams as well. As you see some big VR46 fans here, I'm sure, hoping that both Luca Marini and Marco Bezzecchi can do a job later. Well done, guys. Nice to see you. How are you? Big waves. Good to see them. Thumbs up as well. I love your hat, by the way. Very nice. Love the hat. Tiger on the top as well. A big smile as well. Maybe the Tiger Harder fan in Moto 2. Right, let's wander back in this direction then to see if we can find anybody to be able to give us a little bit of analysis of what we just saw unfold. And who do we have? Marco. Just very quickly, I'm going to squeeze through. Marco, just before you dive in, can I? Not today. Oh well, okay. It wasn't the qualifying session he was hoping for. Second row of the grid, unfortunately, for Marco, and clearly isn't in the mood to chat. Maybe Franco Morbidelli will be. He's on his scooter here. Can we grab a quick word with Franky just before he shoots off? Franky, very quickly. How was that?
Great, thank you.
And what's the plan now? Lunch, ice bath?
Lunch,
What's on the menu?
pasta,
Of course, Italian style.
of course.
Looking forward to the sprint later on. It looks as though the Yamahas are a little bit close this weekend. I know you'll be frustrated with Q1.
Yeah, we're a little bit closer, but we suffered in qualifying and we started a bit far behind. But yeah, the pace is good. Let's see if we can express this somehow. If not, we will try to enjoy the race.
You'll enjoy your pasta, I know, 100% anyway. Olive oil or any sauce?
Pomodoro, tomato.
Plain and simple. But it's nice though, I imagine.
It's the best.
Go and enjoy it. Thank you for your time, Frankie. As ever, always offers great insight. Italian style. It is pasta on the menu for Frankie. It's just going to go in there, actually. That's hospitality unit. So, there we go. Thank you to Frankie Morbidelli for stopping and chatting to us. As we make our way further into the paddock here, which is quite a busy one as well. Lots of fans milling around this afternoon. The grandstands are full as well, because there's high hopes, not only from what we see in MotoGP. I've seen lots of Ducati shirts, Pramac Racing shirts, Monster Energy Yamaha shirts as well, including these two gentlemen here. Rivalry at stake, Martin versus Quartararo between the pair of them. But as ever, here in Thailand, lots and lots and lots of Somkiat Chantra t-shirts as well. The Thai rider is in Q2 later. We'll be firing away from somewhere on the grid. Jorge, very quickly, congrats. Yeah, I know, just very quickly before you do. Happy with that?
Yeah, really happy. Let's try to get some energy now.
Top man, enjoy it. There we go, straight in. Pasta inside. Is it going to be pasta? I imagine. It's always pasta. Going into the Ducati hospitality unit. And yeah, Moto2 qualifying may end up being the main event of the day, actually, in the end. There are a lot of people here in Honda Team Asia shirts, in Chantra shirts, celebrating his victory last year in Indonesia as he became the first Thai winner of a Grand Prix. Also t-shirts celebrating his victory in Japan just a couple of weeks ago as well. So lots of people there all hoping that the number 35 in Moto2 can go out there and do something special in qualifying. Of course, this time last year, he was on pole position. Unfortunately, the race didn't go his way. The rain kind of putting an end to big plans and big parties here in Buriram. So let's hope that he can manage to bounce back and right the wrongs of 2022. As we head further down, it is a warm one here, so unsurprisingly, lots of people taking cover in offices, hospitality units, and the like as well. And no surprise as well, just in terms of the Red Bull KTM factory racing guys. Frustration on one side. Well, actually, no, not frustration. I spoke to Francesco Guidotti after what happened with Marc Marquez during Q1, with Marc persistent in the closing minutes of trying to get a toe and go with Jack Miller. But he said, no excuses. You've got to get the job done early. And if you don't, then you lead yourself to potentially falling into that kind of a scenario. So no problems whatsoever from Francesco Guidotti. He said it's all okay.
You again.
Me again. It's always me. Always me. How was qualifying, Razlan?
Well, not so great.
Late heartache for Raul.
Yeah, I mean, for Raul, we are happy with him considering the level of rider he is, where he came from. What he did today was good. It was faster than the factory boys last year on this track. For Miguel, we saw that he had a good pace in the morning session, but he couldn't really convert it into a good qualifying position for Q1. So that's an unfortunate thing. But with his pace, we hope that he can do something in the sprint race and, of course, for the main race tomorrow.
Are we seeing now the biggest gap of the season between the very latest factory Aprilias and the bikes that you're running?
Well, we can see that with both our riders, which is new on the RSGP of 22, and already they are doing better than the factory boys last year. But you can also clearly see that the 23 bike has improved also very, very well, which we look forward to be on that bike next year. Of course, it's our wish to be on the same level as the factory boys, but that's another discussion. But that's an improvement for the RSGP, both this year and hopefully next year.
When does training start for the rematch in Sepang then? If I was speaking with Maverick yesterday, speaking about how good me and Maverick were up front, Razlan, I have to say,
I think that's the most important. Training already started, man.
Yep. Because you're going to have to improve. I mean,
when you come to my home ground, it's a totally different story.
Well, you've got a referee there as well. I don't want you slipping him a check at the start.
Oh, no. I don't need that. But it's going to be fun.
It is. Looking forward to it. Razlan, pleasure as always. Good luck this afternoon. And there we go then. Sweat. I mean, this isn't the most interesting analysis, but I am extremely hot. So as a result of that, I think it might be time we say goodbye here on Inside the Paddock and get ready to rest up and recover for a couple of weeks' time when we head to the Sepang International Circuit in Malaysia. Fortunately, the clouds have covered us. I am getting dragged along here. I do like to work me hard just to see if there is anybody else that we might be able to grab a word with, and I don't think that is. So, without further ado, plenty to look forward to this weekend. Jorge Martin on pole position, Pekka Baron, the world champion, looking to try and climb a mountain from 6 on the grid. The sprint this afternoon, Grand Prix on Sunday. It's all going to be worth watching. And apparently as well, up there, even just behind me as well, few grey clouds looming. There were some flag-to-flag practices being held throughout free practice 2 earlier today. Some weather radars saying rain is imminent. Are we going to see a wet sprint? Who knows? Fingers crossed we don't, because I think in dry conditions it's going to be a belting race. But if the rain does come, it'll make it unpredictable. It'll make it worth watching. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you in Malaysia.